Like a sneaky one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so.
Don't record this.
No.
Bleep. Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm tired.
Hi, tired.
What time did you get up this morning? Oh, sorry.
Hi, tired. I'm Dolan.
There we go.
I got up at 3:10.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What time was their flight?
Boarded at 5:15.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just get in?
I dropped the fam off. I walked them to the gate and sent them on a little vacation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because work's crazy. So here we are. Plus, how could I miss podcasting?
Right? This
beer.
we got to do this.
That's right. That's what I told my wife. I'm sorry. I got to drink these delicious beers.
No, you make sacrifices for work.
That's right.
We all do.
The family will be there.
Dolan made sacrifices for this one.
Yeah, he did.
He
Yeah.
brought us this beer. Tell us the story of this.
Did I even bring it into the
You
room?
didn't even bring the beers in here.
You were so excited.
Oh my gosh.
You brought the, let's see. You brought the
Nothing.
stickers.
I brought my glass
And your glass.
and the Beer with Atlas stickers.
Why don't you go get them?
I'm going to go get the
Why
beer.
don't you go, Brian and I will talk amongst
Intermission
ourselves.
music here. Elevator.
Yeah.
All right, we're back
All right.
from Atlas Brew Works, which we've done these guys before.
Yeah.
They are DC brothers from another solar-powered mother. Dolan, you were here. Why were you here? You were here for a wedding?
I was here for a wedding. I was actually in Alexandria, which is like a suburb of DC, is on the south side. Really, really nice area, just off the, what river is that? It's huge, humongous river there. Can't think of it.
The Delaware?
Nah.
I mean, because Washington crossed that, right? So I don't know.
I
have no
I
idea.
don't know that the battle was right there, but
Yeah, but huge river.
yeah, the big. I thought it was like the
big
St.
one.
James or something like that.
Something like that. You got to cross it actually, going from Alexander to DC, and that was the drive every day because we were checking out DC. So took a minute to get across that river. Anyway, down there for a wedding. Cousin got married. She lives down there. She took a marketing job. She's a social media manager for some company out there. So had to go see what the wedding was all about. Plus,
Right.
never been to DC, so.
Yeah.
Got to see all the monuments for the first time.
Nice.
If you haven't done that, go do that. I think Jefferson was my favorite monument. It's just really pretty.
The Jefferson, really?
That one was
Jefferson.
under construction when I was there. a couple
It still
years
is.
ago. Was
Yeah,
it? We
but-
couldn't even get to it.
Oh, you can still walk up there, but the edge of it on the one side, on the opposite side of the water, was blocked off. That was it.
Interesting.
My favorite was the Abe.
The Abe. Okay,
Yeah.
that one was pretty cool too.
Is it as big as it seems?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huge.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you walk in, you know, like all the steps. You're just like, oh my God. It looks like there's some steps on TV, but until you're
Yeah.
actually walking it and you're holding a toddler and it's 105 degrees. Oh, America.
No.
So when I was there, it would have been May. So these beers have been sitting for a minute, but it was during prom, and there were hundreds of just prom kids in dresses and in suits and taking pictures in front of the water there. I'm blanking on the name
The
of that
reflection pond or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
The one Forrest Gump runs through.
runs through. Yeah.
Jenny!
Jinx.
God, I love that movie.
But yeah, that's
love
what I
that
was doing.
movie. All right, so tell us how you got this beer. So this beer's called Damn Good IPA.
It looks like a cheeseburger on the can.
It looks like a Burger King logo.
It does. And
Yeah.
it says big buns on it, too. Right
So
there.
how did you get this beer?
So we blocked off a day to go to do restaurants and whatever, and I don't even remember what we did that day, but I knew that it was brewery day, so I was excited. They had a meet and greet there a couple years back. We did. Atlas had a meet and greet a couple
did.
years back, and so they went to this brewery, and I was excited to go check it out. Google Maps led me to a different I guess there's 2 locations.
Yes.
One's probably a tap house, and it's right outside of the Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
Ballpark, yeah.
Ballpark, yeah. When you're sitting there drinking, you can look right at the front entrance of it, it's really cool.
When I went to the ballpark, they were just starting construction on that. So I got to see where it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I just had to stand outside and had one tear. There'll
be baseball here soon.
Yeah.
Maybe a beer.
I mean, it was really cool. It was outdoor seating where we were at. The inside's really nice. They have pizzas. I think like the doughs from the beer or whatever.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So good. And I had wings and drank a bunch of these beers. They had advertisements all over for this damn good IPA, right? And I went inside and I'm like, can I get some of this? No, you have to be a member. Okay. Well, I'm from out of town. Can I at least buy a 6-pack or something? What can I do? What can I do here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll go talk to my manager, see what's up.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. If you sell me that, I will drink it on this podcast that I'm on. Told them all about the podcast, pulled up the Telly Award.
Yes.
Nice.
Gave them some stickers. I had a bunch of the stickers in my pocket. I was like, no, we're legit. We actually we're top. What was it? Top 20 in that one list or
Top 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And pulled up all those things. I'm like, luckily, Google, when you search us, it all pulled up for me, right? So
Legitimate.
I'm like, oh my gosh, so glad. And I was able to do it from the time that the guy said, let me go get the manager, and so I had it all ready for him. I'm like, all right, here's the deal. If you sell me a 6-pack of that damn good IPA, I will drink it on the podcast. We will review it, and we will talk about your location.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what? All right. Well, I'll let it happen. I ended up giving stickers to everybody that was working the bar there. They were talking to me, and they sold me the 6-pack after being told no 3 times by different people.
Right there.
So
he texted me. He's like, "What should I do?" I'm like, "Man, you got
Keep pushing.
Yeah,
Keep
lean
pushing.
into this, man. You can do this. Plus,
Yeah.
you're a couple beers deep. You got some courage. Let's go."
yeah. So
did it.
yeah, I did it. My wife thought it was funny. She's like, she already said no, Dolan. I'm like, I know, but if I go to the bar counter, if I go to the bartender, the beer tender, they might have a different story.
Yeah.
And he looks a little bit more cool. Like, I don't think the waitress that we had was having a good day. She was really nice, but I could tell, she just didn't want to be there.
Didn't want to hear your story.
Yeah. So I went and talked to him, and then the manager, he told me no. She told me no. He told me no twice.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, you know what? Okay, I will get my manager. Maybe we can get something done.
Because this long hair won't shut up.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll go get the manager.
So you work at Atlas. Big whoop.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought some merch. They gave me
See.
some stickers, and
That works.
It was all good. So here it is, the damn good IPA. I've disclaimer, I've already had it, and I would say that the name reigns true. It's damn good IPA.
I have no issue with this at all. Like, it is nice bitterness up front. It kind of disappears at the end. It is a damn good IPA. I'm surprised where it came from, right? You're East Coast.
Yeah.
You were on the East Coast. It's not a hazy. It's a standard IPA.
Yeah, I saw you pour it into your glass there, and yeah, it's more of an old school style. It finishes nice and fruity to me. I really like it. Yeah.
What's the ABV on this, Dolan? Do you know? Did you see?
I
there it is, 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Right in the range.
Right in there.
Yeah.
You talked about the membership club.
Yeah.
I got some deets on that.
Oh,
'Cause
awesome.
I like to know what's going on out there, right? So they have their beer club. They have 2 options for you. One of them is called The Fan. So every 3 months.
The Fan.
Yep, The
Okay.
Fan. So it's $38 every 3 months.
Oh.
You get 18 beers.
Every 3 months, you get 18 beers. Okay.
Yep. So you
Okay.
get a core 6-pack, a seasonal 6-pack, whatever that would be, and then one limited release 6-pack, which I'm guessing this probably falls into that category because it was like fairly special.
So there's 4 weeks in a month, so there'd be 12 weeks total out of this. So what do you do for the other 11 weeks?
You have to just cry about it, I guess.
Okay.
So if you're there, you also get 15% off of like beers and merch and food and that sort of thing.
Okay.
They do ship.
Oh.
So this is a club that you can you could be in it here if you wanted to.
To us, they ship to Nebraska?
I don't know. I did not see any information on where they will or will not ship to. Probably more about the state that you live in versus sure they would probably do it, but
Yep.
then the next level up is just the Fanatic, they call it. So it's just a scooch, a little more than the Fan, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's $49 instead of $38, and the same principal beers are in there.
Okay.
Except you get 2 of the core 6-packs.
Oh.
And then you get an additional 5% off. So you're looking 20% off on stuff at the brewery, or if it's your like local spot, it's probably worth it. You know, this is your neighborhood brewery that you like to go to.
If this was like one here in town,
yeah,
I would totally do that. Yeah.
So that's what their 2 breakdowns are. And they do, like I said, they do ship in that area. But they have, if you pick it up, they give you some more perks for that. So when you go and pick up your beer, they give you a free beer to drink that day. You might be hot or thirsty or whatever,
Sure.
you know. So
Saves them some shipping costs too.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you get in there, you know, the first one's free. That's how they get you. And then you might have another one, you know, whatever.
Duh.
Half price flights for you and a guest.
Oh.
That's another option thing that they give you.
Bring a friend.
So, you know, get them involved.
Smart.
Hook them too. Tell your friends. You get early access to the limited beers. So you're pretty much guaranteed a chance to buy the beers, I guess.
Like this one right here.
Right. So you'd get that. You get a free shirt on your 1-year anniversary being in the club. So those are like 20 to 25, $30 somewhere in there.
Yep.
And then you get percentages off. I think it was 15 or 20 on the ticketed things that they do there. They had like a bunch of shows, like concert sort of things. Beer fests, that sort of stuff. You get a percentage off of those.
Sweet.
And then also on kegs, if you're a keg drinking sort of person, maybe you want to go to the brewery, but once a month.
You want to have a backyard event, right? You want to have a family
Or you just
gathering.
like them on tap,
Sure,
whatever.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I haven't seen a lot of kegs listed in the beer club memberships that we've talked about before.
That is interesting, huh? I know this was okay. So this goes back a little ways. When we found out about these guys before we did the meet and greet, right before the first one, I wrote them an email and I said, hey, what's your address? This, hey, we're Atlas 2. Send us some merch, or whatever. And so I boxed up a bunch of merch and sent it to them. They sent us some stuff back. So they sent us a few beers. They sent us a couple T-shirts. I actually have the Dance of Days T-shirt. Oh yeah, they sent us the tin tacker that's on our wall here, and I have a Dance of Days T-shirt here.
That was my first week here when
Was
that
it?
stuff came in.
That's
because
right.
I got a hat.
Wow.
My
That's
first
cool.
week, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the same name as the company.
This is
Check
so
it out. Put it on. It was like day 2 working
Yeah.
at Atlas, like the Atlas hat.
Here's the thing, like maybe we think it's a little bit cooler than they do that we have the same name or whatever, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I know that when I was talking to the beer tender and the manager guy, I forget their names, man. It was back in May.
It was a whirlwind.
Yeah. I had a goal. Look, I was trying to accomplish something there.
A buzz.
And I had told them that, like, yeah, the company that we do this podcast for is also named Atlas, and that was one of they were like, what?
That's your in.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. They didn't have any tin signs there though. Just shirts and hats at that location. Everything else is at the other location.
Yeah. I still need one for my garage. I still need a tin sign for my garage.
Well, that's what I was trying to
wall.
do, was trying to get you one.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But yeah.
Okay, so they have 2 locations. You mentioned this. The 2052 West Virginia Avenue Northeast in D.C. is currently closed for a summer refresh.
Okay.
So they're remodeling it,
Sure.
sounds like. I believe the one you went to then is the 1201 Half Street in D.C. That's the one that's right across from the ballpark.
Okay,
I
yeah.
believe that's true. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. No, it was you could walk there. I mean, it was that
Like across
close.
the street. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
From what I remember.
I took a picture and I think I sent it to Rich.
You
and it
sent
was
it
like,
to me, and I'm like, "Oh, look at that! The
it's
curly
right
W.
there.
I
Yeah.
see. I see the curly W in the background
That's
there."
right.
So.
The other fun thing about that little area is there's like a few different restaurants there down that strip, but also like there's this huge club. Like I'm talking rave, like
Oh, wow.
yeah. Like they had some it was like some famous African artist or like some artist from somewhere I cannot remember.
Was it Pitbull?
No,
It's usually Pitbull.
No, but man, it was packed. I mean, there was so
Really?
many people there. Just
You were there
coming-
during the day.
It was during the day. Oh, it was during the day, and there were people outside of this club like falling over.
Well,
Like
it was from the night before it started, probably.
maybe. Well, I don't know. It had to have been like 3:00 in the afternoon. No, it was during. It was early because no, it was like 3 because my mother-in-law was trying to go to the 7:00 mass. That's how I remember that. Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah, it was,
They
it
don't
was
mess around, I guess, in D.C.
It was a cool area. If you're taking scooters, you do have to park the scooters 2 blocks away. So don't drive them in like I did and then get mad because you couldn't park them. Yeah, it's a no park zone. Too close to the ballpark, I
Too
think.
close to the ballpark.
Yep.
Too many pedestrians.
Speaking of not messing around,
Okay.
here's their hours at this location. Sunday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Perfect.
Great. Okay, it gets better.
12-hour shift.
Thursday, 11 a.m. to midnight on a Thursday.
That's cool.
Okay,
You
here
know,
we-
Friday Eve.
It's right next to the club.
Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I believe it.
That is not screwing around.
I'm not messing around about that club. Like, it's big.
Wow.
Well, you get some overflow from the club
Yeah.
or whatever.
Pizza,
Yes.
dude. After a night of clubbing, pizza and damn good IPA, I'm in.
Yeah.
You got some pizza?
Well,
Info?
it's in the TripAdvisor.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
mean,
get to it at
We'll
the
get
end.
we'll get
all
to it
right.
at the end.
Okay.
There we go.
We'll just talk just about the crust there.
Yeah.
I looked at their website. They had a little thing. If you clicked on the map, it showed like you can get the beer, like the beer finder.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny because it had like a Google map. Mm-hmm. If you zoomed out a little bit, it would give you just the number. And if you zoomed in, it would be like, here's the actual places.
Oh,
Right?
it'll say like Joe's Pub or
Right.
whatever.
So
Okay.
I zoomed out to see where it would go. Mm-hmm. There was one place in Maryland that I could find,
Okay.
but it was so close to the Virginia and D.C. So right above D.C. there was 1,186 places you could get Atlas beer.
Oh, wow.
And then way Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but Western Virginia, one. And that is District Taco. That's the name of the place.
Yeah. So I had that while I was there too, and we had it at the meet and greet as well.
There you go.
It's like a chain.
Yep.
It's like
It
a
must be.
franchise or
Yeah.
something?
It is. It definitely. I thought it was going to be more local, but then I showed up and realized this is a low key chain. But they have a whole like I wouldn't call it a bar by any means because it's all self ordered, so you can like order a beer on the thing on the screen or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was like a wall and there was beer and then there was some like tequilas and stuff. So
Can I tell you, that's one of the things I really have enjoyed about how COVID has changed things.
Yeah.
It was it was tough before because you would get a menu. When you go to a place like that, you get a menu and you don't know how old the menu is. So you're looking at the tap, selection.
Sure.
Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, blah, 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 right? But then you look and there's different, you see different tap handles,
Yep.
but you don't know what's on the list. It is so easy to update those little screens that
Yeah.
you get it at your table
Yeah.
that have that and you can
Versus
scroll
printing
through.
out a whole bunch of paper.
Exactly.
It never fails wherever I go. The first 2 choices I want, they're
Oh,
out.
they're out.
Every time I go anywhere that has like multiple, it's not a brewery, but like a bar or a restaurant that has a bunch of kinds of beer. Mm-hmm. The ones I want are always gone.
And you know what I don't want to hear when that happens? Oh man, that was a good beer. We sold out of that quick.
dang.
Great, they
Yeah.
take it off the menu.
Fantastic. I don't want to know about that.
Boo.
Thanks for letting me.
Or usually what I'll do
down.
if I'm feeling sassy, I'll be like, what's not on here?
What's not? Yeah.
What's on here that I can't have? Mm-hmm. I've done that before. Pissy.
You're that
That's just how
customer.
it goes. Well, after I've been told 3 times they don't have it, I go, okay, well, what can I have?
You can have a Coors Light,
Well, I'll take my business elsewhere.
like Dos Equis lager. No, we only have the amber.
Oh, no, thank you.
I prefer the amber.
Nah, I like the lager. I like the green bottle versus the brown bottle on that one. It's just my taco preference, though.
There you go.
Yes. But yeah, I thought that was funny. It was like everything was in D.C. One of them, right? It was in the middle of the Jefferson and Washington National Forests. So whatever town that is, I don't know, but there's these 2 national forests that come together, and they said, you know what? District Taco, perfect place to go.
Boom.
Right there.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah. If you've never been, it's really cool. It's a la carte style. You just order whatever taco, whatever burrito, put whatever you want on it.
Yep.
It's all on the screen. You just click, what tortilla, what meat, whatever, and then they all have it ready for you at the end.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That sounds like the zoo here in Omaha now. Everything's
Yes, it's exactly like that.
All that. All the
Yeah.
cool. One of the other things I was just going to write down, they did trivia like a lot.
Huh?
Like I don't know if it was weekly, but some of the ones that they had seemed to be things people are into, like The Office, Marvel,
Yeah, I could dominate some Marvel trivia.
90s trivia.
Yep, I could do that.
The cover photo was Nirvana. I was like, okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah.
And then this one probably I would kill, and it's holiday movie trivia.
You would kill at that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, you can get their beer on Uber Eats and or DoorDash, which I don't know that I've ever seen before.
I've never seen that.
So you can be
No.
like, I need 18 damn good IPAs. I'm in the club.
Boom.
Send them
delivered
over
to
Uber
your
Eats,
house.
and they'll come and get. Yeah,
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. We've only had one thing like that here in Omaha. It was called Chug Hub, and it had the. you can imagine the logo, right? Like Chug Hub, and it was some bar here in Omaha, and they were doing alcohol delivery, and I mean, I was able to get a bunch of different stuff. It was
Chug
fun.
Hub.
Chug Hub.
Yeah, I mean, one
don't
good
think it
thing that
stuck
COVID
around, did
brought,
it?
right?
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't think so. I think it was the bar's way of trying to stay open during 2020.
Not because of lack of demand. It's probably mismanagement. Let's
Oh,
be honest.
man.
Chug Hub.
Like it was crazy. I think I spent like $16 on like a 6-pack of PBR. Like,
Yeah.
Whoa.
You
Yeah.
didn't care either.
Well,
you needed
I mean,
it
No.
it won a ribbon. So
yeah,
I mean,
in 1889.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
It won.
Yeah, you don't take away the title.
Oh, you got-
There it
Oh,
is.
wow.
You got a text. from
PBR's coming
PBR.
for us.
Yeah.
it was John.
Why aren't you in the meeting, Dolan?
What are you doing? No.
That's right.
Yeah.
Drinking beer, leave me alone.
Tell you what, while he's texting, I got one little anecdote here
Okay.
for you. So on their website, because we've talked about these guys before, but there was a little blurb on their website about how they were founded, like how they started.
Okay.
And you can read the whole story on there. But it was founded by Justin Cox, a guy named Justin Cox. He and this was an actual quote, and this is one of my favorite movie quotes, probably within the past, I don't know, 25, 30 years. Okay.
Is it Get to the Choppa?
Close. It's close.
All right.
But it's not quite there. He founded by Justin Cox, who moved to D.C. to see about a girl, and that from Goodwill Hunting. The note that he leaves in Robin Williams' mailbox at the end. Sorry, Doc, I gotta go. I gotta go see about a girl, and he leaves. And Robin Williams says, "Son of a bitch, stole my line." I love that film. And then
It's a good movie.
and then him driving that piece of shit car away, playing the guy. Gosh, I can't think of the singer's name. Anyway, it's a beautifully sad song.
Yep.
The dude ended up. They used some of his music in the Intervention show on A&E.
Oh.
The dude actually ended up committing suicide. The artist did. He sang about depression.
Was it
He sang
Elliott
about-
Smith?
It was Elliott
Yeah,
Smith.
there you
That's
go.
exactly who it was.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sounds about right.
Oh, it's just a beautiful song with him driving, like leaving Massachusetts to go find his girl. Go find what's her
Minnie
name?
Driver.
Minnie. Yeah. God, I love that film.
It's such a good movie.
It was one of the last films I ran at the Orchard 4 before I left to go to retail, and I love that movie.
That was one of the first big boy movies I got to see with Robin Williams as a rated R film. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I was in the 80s. I was too young to see like Good Morning Vietnam and whatnot, so I had a lot of Jumanjis under my belt. Mm-hmm. It was kind of fun to see him do something else.
He was so good in that. And Damon and Affleck, you can say what you want, but
Yeah.
I just Ben Affleck's character in that is fantastic. I mean, he plays a Southie, like
Yeah.
I mean, because he is obviously,
Yes.
but I mean it's just his stereotype was so right on. Like he was himself. I mean, he was a Southie, and that's just how they are.
You know what my favorite Southie is? Casey Affleck.
Oh yeah,
In that one movie. I can't think of what it's called now, but it has like
the river,
something about that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ed Harris is in it, and Morgan Freeman, and
Yep.
Bridget Moynahan.
Yep.
Oh, good film.
Casey Affleck is actually a very good actor too. I think
so.
It's easy to take shots at them or whatever, but you know.
I wish they'd take shots at me.
Well, there you
If
go.
I was that famous, that'd be great.
Right?
Oh well.
So there you go. He had to go see about a girl. I clipped that out. I'm like, I'm going to talk about Goodwill Hunting for a second,
right.
just because. So
I noticed something over there.
Did I just
Yeah.
finish
What is
my
that?
beer? Oh, is
Yeah.
that a bonus beer?
Bonus beer. Are we getting into it?
I think we should because I heard a rumor of this bonus beer.
Oh,
And
Okay.
a lot of my research is about this area.
Do it.
awesome.
What do we got? What is it called?
It is a blood orange goza, a fruit ale brewed with pink Himalayan salt. I thought it was amazing when I was there, so I had to bring one back.
Okay. Here's what I wrote down off of their website because there was a lot of big words. These are like, 10 pointers or whatever in Scrabble. Is that a big word? I don't know.
It could be. Does it
Aaron
have a
could
Q?
tell us.
Does it have Q's in it?
Q's and J's and X's.
Yep.
All right, here's what it says for their discussion. Light-bodied and effervescent. Okay, first of all, effervescent. That's
Great word.
Bing. I don't know what that means. I think it means it smells good.
I think it's at least 12 points in Scrabble.
I think
It's
so.
gotta be.
Like it's very like it tickles
nose.
It tickles your nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
This slightly tart session sour offers a touch of salinity. Another word.
Not senile.
Nope.
Salinity.
Yeah, I think that's the salt. Oh. Like saline.
Oh, I understand.
Accompanied by sweet orange aromas and faint notes of berry. Mm-hmm. And also drop this word in there called sanguine. Sanguine.
Isn't that when they like bleed out? Isn't that?
I don't know. But I just like, these are a lot of words put together.
Wow.
And some of them I've heard before. 4.4% on the ABV.
That's it?
Yeah.
This is
Session.
This is delicious.
5 IBUs.
Okay, did your wife like this?
Yeah, that's why we brought it back.
Okay, that's what I think she would. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh, that smells good.
Yeah, this is from her 6-pack. She, yeah.
Does she know it's missing?
Yeah, she
Okay.
knows. Yeah, she
Permission
knows.
was granted.
Here's what's weird. It smells salty.
Yeah.
Do you smell that? I mean,
Kind of
that's
like sea quench from Dogfish Head.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yes.
When I first had it, I'm like, wow, this is different flavored sea quench.
but a blood orange
Yep,
flavor.
exactly.
on the can. There's that word again. Sanguine. Underneath see the logo? It's got the sun. They said it's
Sanguine, bleeding. I believe that means bleeding.
you were on to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
I play some trivia.
All right. Well, here's what we got. Blood oranges. I was like, what the hell are blood oranges? I've
Yeah.
seen them.
Yeah.
You can buy them.
Yeah.
But I never think I've really ever had one. I've seen it a lot in beer, especially these sorts of like lighter beers. So I did some research on that just to kind of get us where we're at. They're sometimes called red oranges, which I don't like because an orange is orange in color. So
Yeah.
when it'd be like calling it a blue orange. I'm not a fan.
Sounds like that's a contradiction.
Get
Yeah.
that out of here. Blood red orange. Okay, we're there. Less acidic than a normal citrus orange or like a standard navel or something like that. Slightly sweeter. And you're supposed to get, now, if you have a palate, you're supposed to get hints of raspberry and strawberry when you're eating the orange.
Look, if I wanted raspberry and strawberry, I would eat raspberry and
I
strawberry.
mean, I guess, but they are kind of cool. I mean, it's a pretty baller move to pull one of these out of your lunch bag and, peel it there and it's all red and juicy and
Yep.
that'd be sweet. Literally. Season for these. When they grow, December to April.
Wow.
That's the season.
So they're like a winter.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's because they only grow in Mediterranean style climates.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's 3 places where these are grown. California, Italy, and Spain.
That's it.
And that's pretty much where they all come from.
Wow.
There are, what did I write down? 40 some different varieties. But the 3 most common ones are from those places I just talked about. The thing about citrus fruit in these particular is they don't ripen or continue to ripen once you pick them, like off the tree. Like that's it, they're done.
Oh.
Which is why you can keep them longer. You can store them better, which is one of the reasons they used them on like the pirate ships and shit for, scurvy, for like limes and lemons and stuff, because you can pick it. It doesn't get bad. Like whereas like a banana or
Sure.
stuff like that, it gets gross as it goes,
Stupid bananas.
And also they get sweeter when they do that. And these are pretty much like locked in time. You pull it off the tree, that's what you got. So that's something that's a little bit different than most of the fruits we've talked about before. The 3 most common ones. So here's what we've got. In the United States, this is the most common one. It's called a Moro. So that's like the brand or the I don't know, whatever you'd call it.
Like
It's
cutie or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I guess, kind of.
Okay, gotcha.
They're darker in color, and when you peel the skin off, it's almost purple inside.
Weird.
So I'm guessing that's probably what they use, or, if it's not some sort of extract, that's what you could get here in the United States. That's what we get. Boy, here's a word. Tarocco. Tarocco. Those are the Italian-grown ones. Less red in color, sweeter, and the most strong flavor. So it's like, tastes the sweetest, and it's got the most pop in the mouth. So you might want that Italian.
I would like that. Yeah, I think that, yeah.
And then in Spain, here's that word again, sanguinello. So sanguine, E-L-L-O. It's yellow-orange in color. And it's the last one to ripe out of the 3 that we've talked about.
Okay.
So it's the one, like, if you're looking for these in March or April, this is what you could get, because it takes that long for these to ripen. So that's what that kind of comes out to be. I'm going to taste it, because I haven't yet.
Let me talk about what's on the can here, because there's some fun stuff here. So first of all, it says pair with blue crabs. Okay, so East Coasters, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Kurt
Maryland,
Chase.
yeah.
Right, I mean, that's blue crab is the only crab, right? Avocado toast.
Hipsters.
That is a DC thing.
Avocado toast?
It's a DC thing.
Never
it was
had it.
everywhere. Like one of the very first. So every time we go somewhere, we always try to order food that's from the area.
Sure.
Avocado toast was number one. On any list that we search, what's a DC food? Avocado toast, chili. That was it.
Weird.
Chili.
Yep. Chili.
In D.C.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, day drinking. It pairs well with day drinking.
Hell yes.
Here's the description of the beer. Sanguine sunrise.
Okay.
As the story goes, we squeeze the tangy rays of the sun to pack blood orange goza with a citrusy punch. Both refreshing and aromatic, its slightly sour orange profile will continue to deliver flavor after the sun sets on a hot summer's day.
Yeah. I would buy that. Watch out there.
Watch out.
You can't do an episode without spilling a little bit.
Yeah.
I almost wish this was salty or just any. I mean, I don't get much. It definitely smells more than it tastes. And I wouldn't mind having a little bit on my tongue, but it's delicious. Holy cow.
It is really, really good.
I'm going back and forth between the IPA and this. It's kind of good.
I am doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I love gozas, though. I mean, that's just, it's one of my favorite styles. It really, really is.
Dude, if you could buy this here, I'd buy this all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
This is
really
a
good.
post-lawn mowing beer all day long.
Or during.
Yeah. When my wife drank it, she's like, this might possibly be one of my favorite beers ever.
I could see.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if
see
this
why.
is this a all the time beer for them?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep. It's one
okay,
of their
good.
flagships.
That's
Yep.
good.
This one and the other one we had.
The
blue one.
The Dance of Days.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
one. Okay. Sanguine means blood red.
There you go.
You were
I was
right
right
on it. I read this kind of article, and it was kind of like where this term comes from.
Okay.
So it came from, like, the article itself was from Merriam-Webster's website or whatever, and it was kind of like these little stories about where the meanings come from. So a long time ago, like 1400s, 1500s, science wasn't exactly where we're at now, right? So they thought, like, in the 1700s, leeches and bleeding,
Right.
like that was a thing.
Yeah.
So before that, they thought that we had these 4 different levels in all of our bodies of these different materials. And depending on how much of each you had, it would determine your personality traits.
Oh.
So if you were like kind of snooty and whatever, rude, you had too much phlegm in your body.
Okay.
Now this one, if you had the right amount of this blood, if your blood was really oxygenated and it was real red, then you were called sanguine.
Okay.
Sanguine, and you would be very like agreeable and nice, and it would be a good thing to have. So if you were like a pleasant person, your blood levels were good, and you were said to be sanguine, or whatever how you pronounce that term.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Then they kind of figured out later on, maybe that's not how things work. And if you have
I think they were right.
too much bile in your body, then that was a thing that made you like tired and something else.
You went to vomitoriums then?
Yeah.
Vomitoriums were like
that was
a weird, gross thing.
Yeah.
Weird.
You just go there and puke.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine the smell in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound. I'm gonna take another drink of this beer.
There you go.
How do you? Would you just like stick your finger down your throat there? Or are they feeding you like the?
Sometimes other people would stick their fingers down your throat.
No, that's not true. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
It was a kink.
Weird.
Oh my gosh.
So there were other things going on at the vomitorium, then, is what you're saying.
I mean, there's more than one way to make a guy vomit.
I just saw a meme on this. It's like some person yawning. And then it's like, stick your finger down their throat while somebody's yawning to establish dominance.
Might get your finger bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lastly, on this word, sanguine, it's track 1 on one of my all-time favorite EPs.
Oh gosh.
So an extended play, not a full album.
I should know this. Should I?
It's from the Avett Brothers.
I do know this.
And it's called The Gleam is the first name. And then that was so popular and great, they had another one called The Gleam 2. And then recently they had a Gleam 3, which is just a place for them to put, 8 songs or 7 songs or whatever. So the first track is that one, Sanguine.
Make me sanguine.
The song itself is about being optimistic in like a hard time of your life. That's another trait of this word or another meaning. The second song is called When I Drink, which is a great Avett Brothers concert song. It's fun to sing along to. Yard Sales, track 3. Backwards with Time, number 4. If It's the Beaches, number 5. And Find My Love, number 6. If It's the Beaches is the very first Avett Brothers song I ever heard.
Even though it's hard to hide, push my feelings all aside, I will rearrange my plans and change.
I had a song, a friend of mine, he was like, you really like this band. You should check this out.
Was his name Travis Powers?
No, it was pre Travis Powers. But it was Cody Sabansky. Shout out to old Cody Sabansky. He and I put down a few of those PBRs you were talking about earlier, Dolan, at Olivers. We would go there sometimes.
I love that place.
Yeah, it's awesome shows.
Travis Powers introduced me to the Avett Brothers.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was the first song? It's like Us and
I in Love and You.
I in Love and You. That was
track,
the first song
yep.
I heard from them. Has been my favorite song ever since.
That's the first from Rick Rubin produced album of theirs. They did like 5 albums in a row.
Interesting. He introduced me to a lot of different music, and that was one of them that I really hung on to. We shared a love for the Jayhawks.
Yeah.
The band, not the
team.
He didn't know, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
he's a Husker through and through.
Exactly. But for the band. And he's like, well, if you like this band, you should listen to the Avett Brothers.
That's why it's important to know where your bass lines are. Because then that helps people out like me. Then I can be like, oh, okay, you like this and that? Try these other guys.
Exactly.
It usually works out pretty well. I think I go through, in my life, I can easily remember, I'll go through these stages where I'm like, all I listen to is the Beatles. Or all I listen to, like when I was in high school, the Beatles had that anthology thing coming out. And they put out like, unreleased tracks and B-sides and weird takes. And I listened to them for like a year and a half straight, just Beatles. Bought all the albums. And I'd go through the Rolling Stones, and then I'd go all over the place, and then I would just get infatuated with these bands, and like that was my whole life. And there's probably like 5 or 6 bands that have done that too.
I still do that, though.
Avett Brothers for me was probably 5 years of my life.
Wow.
I've seen them in concert probably almost 20 times.
You know who I'm doing that with? Who I'm doing that with right now?
Who?
Bob Dylan.
Hell yeah!
I should like Bob Dylan more. I should, and I do. It's just yeah.
One day it'll just click, and you won't mind his voice anymore. And you'll be like, you know what? Okay.
I kind of like his voice.
Yeah, me too.
I kind of like. I don't know. That's where I'm at. Right. I've done it with the Doors. I've done it with Led Zeppelin. I've done it with the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
I've done
Floyd,
Pink Floyd. Yeah. But
Pearl Jam.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. God, I have such strong opinions on the Pearl Jam albums that have come out over the years and stuff because I've listened to them all so many times. So, but yeah, I'm currently in a Bob Dylan phase.
Okay,
yeah.
I love it.
I love
it.
Interesting.
And I don't want to come out.
Well, he's got about 70 albums, so you'll be in there for a while.
Yeah. All right.
It's amazing.
That's it. All for me.
You want to talk about pizza now?
Pizza.
Hell yeah, I want to talk about pizza.
Okay. So that's the that's the TripAdvisor. So great beer, great pizza.
You've got my attention.
Exactly.
Yep.
Did you have it when you were there?
Of course I
There you
did.
go.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Anytime I can get pizza at a brewery, I think I do. Yeah.
So here it is. Great pizza, great beer. Stayed nearby for a Nats game, and this is the spot right across the street from the ballpark. So was this part? Let me start over here.
Yeah.
And this spot, right across from the ballpark, was so good, we went twice. Really good pizza and great beer. It gets very busy post-game, so make sure you are ready to order by phone. I found this much easier and faster waiting for service at other restaurants. Highly recommend Atlas if you are in the area, especially the pizza.
Order by phone.
Order by phone.
What is that?
Yeah.
Like you can put an order in, like text message or something?
You might just call in and they make it for you to go, you know.
And then you just go eat it
okay.
there,
Like
right?
carry out, probably.
Yeah. And then
They'd
you
probably
just
do carry out pizza.
Sit down and eat it right there.
yeah.
You know what? I was totally thinking about the beer. I was like, you ordered like an IPA on your phone? What?
Yeah.
I'm
They
sure
delivered
I'm sure they ordered the pizza and maybe sat at the bar. And,
Had-
I mean, you
yeah.
can take 6-packs to go, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, I looked at all of those. So I thought, okay, I'm going to look at these pizzas online. My goodness.
Yeah. So good.
Right?
And the wings along with the pizza.
What style of pizza are we
So
talking? Are we
good.
talking like thin crust, big crust?
I would compare it to like Neapolitan, like kind of chewy, floppy.
It didn't look like they had a
But-
pizza oven there. I
Right.
don't like when
Not
the
like a
brick
brick
ovens.
one, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
right. Like a regular pizza oven. I mean,
I do recall something in the corner of the brewery, and I remember thinking, "Oh, that's where the pizza's made." I remember having that thought, but I can't recall what it looked like or.
He drank a lot that day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I wish I was there with you that day. It sounds like it was a fun day.
kidding.
It was a really good time. We took scooters like 4 miles all the way there. Yeah,
That'll
It was-
work.
It
That's
was
a good
awesome.
day.
It was an expensive scooter ride, man. Uber would have been cheaper, for sure.
Yeah, but you get the
And
experience.
faster.
Get the wind in your hair.
It's hard to fall off an Uber.
We did take this.
yeah.
We did. So we took the scooters from the White House to this location.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Maybe it wasn't 4 miles, but it was a long scooter
Yeah,
ride.
yeah.
It's a little bit.
That would be.
And we had to go around the Capitol to get there. So that was an experience. Like the scooter lanes are in the middle of the street.
Oh, that
So-
feels safe.
Oh.
Yeah. So we, all the bike lanes and scooter lanes were in the middle. The cars were on the outside, and then the sidewalks, right? So we got to go right up the street, and we got to see all the things and see the Capitol pretty much up close on the one road that
Yeah.
went around. And then we came around this other side, and there was like a bunch of cops parked outside, and they were like talking to us, giving us shit. Hey, you can't ride scooters here. And we're like, what, really? And they're like, nah, we're kidding. Just keep going.
Yeah, you're from out of town. Get out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an experience. All the Secret Service guys outside, like, you see them up close.
Talking to into their
cuff.
wrist. Yeah.
Just looking like robots out front of the White House and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was an awesome experience. And the brewery was a good cap off to the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'd like to go back there. I went a couple years ago and had my kid with me, and he was 4. And that really curtailed what we could experience. We did get to go to the Spy Museum. That was really badass.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's super cool.
That was fun. And then
Nice.
where we stayed was right next to the Spy Museum, like in the same parking lot. So we could walk down to whatever river that was. That had all their boats, like
The
mega
big one.
yachts and
Yeah.
stuff, like right there.
Like, it's so big it looks like it could be the ocean.
I'm telling you, that's Delaware.
Okay.
Delaware?
I don't know.
We'll
don't
do
know.
research and we'll put
I
it
have no
right
idea.
here.
I feel
The
like
name
it's-
of the river is. Okay.
All right.
There you go.
But yeah, it was like food and bars. It was like the cool spot to be where we were at. And I was like, this is awesome with my, toddler walking around during the day while my wife was at the conference. But it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Untapped. Let's do Damn Good IPA first.
All right.
Damn Good IPA. So less than you would think.
I wonder why it looks like a cheeseburger. Do we know this?
Well, there was something.
They said something about it. I
the
can't
can?
remember.
Big buns.
Big buns.
It
There
says
you go.
Big buns.
Yeah.
Damn good burgers. It's kind of blanked out. You can't
Yeah,
So it's damn good IPA.
burgers.
So you can't say damn good burger, but you can say damn good IPA.
Thinking it was a collab with whoever Big Buns is.
All right,
But
well.
it looks like the Whopper logo, like the Burger
sure.
King
Kind of
Whopper
does.
logo.
Kind of does.
That's when I first saw the can. I'm thinking
Is it going to taste like hamburgers?
they definitely
hamburger IPA.
ripped this off of the Whopper. Like that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're like, hey, we made an IPA for the Whopper. I don't know.
Pair with it? That'd be
Yeah,
That
I mean, it would
work,
be
actually.
really good.
I would do
Cut that fat
Yeah.
on the burger. Mhm.
Hey, I kind of like a good Whopper.
Me too.
Just sucks that Burger King isn't the best run establishment. They're so slow.
There.
Any Burger King.
Like any
Okay.
Burger
Yeah.
King. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
3.77. Sorry.
Oh boy, 1.8 thousand check-ins. So 1,800.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
sorry.
you were saying
thought the rating- I was about ready to fall out of my chair.
I was
I was like, no
1,800.
way.
I didn't even get how many check-ins. 1,800 checkins. So
Okay.
3.77.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have I checked this one in?
You have not checked this one in. No.
Okay, I think
No.
I saved it. Well, I'd give it a 4, but I think it's around 3.82.
3.66.
Seems low.
It seems low.
Yeah.
It seems low.
Could be
It's-
just because it's such a small sample
Maybe.
size.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, and you got to think you have to be a member to get this beer.
Also
So,
true. And it's
People
not a
are
hazy.
paying-
It's not a hazy IPA.
But if you remember, anyway, that's fine. I guess if you remember, you would be more of a homer, so you would give it a higher rating, maybe. I don't know. I've been known to give the homer rating every once in a while.
Oh, I usually do.
Well,
Most every beer I drink, I get. I'm a high rater.
you're a 5 whore. We know this. You give 5s to every beer.
Well, a lot of them, yeah.
I mean, it's not. If you think about it, it's not that bad. You're thinking most people are rating it 3.75, 3.5.
Sure. Okay.
That's pretty solid.
I guess
Yeah.
you're right.
That's
Yeah.
pretty solid rating.
All right,
agree.
the blood orange goes up. What do you think we land? 5,700 check-ins on that one. 5,700.
4.04.
3.93.
356.
Even lower?
Even lower.
No way.
Don't get it. I don't get it.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, these beers
These
are too
DC
good.
people, they don't even appreciate good
No.
beer. Get out of here with 3.5, whatever, junk.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not old enough for them. Everything there is about history.
But you know what I noticed, and maybe you did too when I was there recently? Like, because we would go out to dinner and stuff in the area where, like, a lot of businesses were letting out after work.
Yeah.
It was a young town.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah.
25 to 35, I'd say,
Yeah.
like was most of the professionals that were working and at the places we were at. I was
gotta-
like, this is really young.
I didn't get to hang out in DC. Like I said, I was in Alexandria, so it looked like retirement town.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't say retirement town. There was still a huge young crowd, but you could tell that everybody there had some money.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is what I felt like when I was in DC because I had the same experience, like very young staffers, lobbyists like that. That's
Yeah.
a younger crowd
Yeah.
generally. Lawyers, there are a
Oh,
shit
yeah.
ton of attorneys in DC. Generally, a younger crowd. Doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, it was fun. Usually I don't notice things like that, but I did in DC. I was just like, wow, I'm older than everybody here.
If that's the case, then I don't understand why we can't get elected officials that are under the age of like 70.
You got to run to get elected, Rich. That's how that works.
Anyway.
Unless you're Mickey Mouse.
That's a
different podcast.
for another day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it costs money to do that.
It does cost some money.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Write my name in for, I don't know, anything. Write
Beer
Dolan's,
commissioner.
Write Dolan's name in.
I would run everything down to the ground. Don't trust me like that. I am too irresponsible for that.
He forgot the dang beer to start the show.
That's his one job.
Yeah.
All right, next week we got another Dolan beer coming this way. And actually,
Yeah.
I was there too. So we're going back to Dallas. We're going to visit our Dallas office again. We needed someplace to go after work on the first day that we were down there visiting.
Yeah. I
It was a
believe it's
travel
our first
day.
day.
It's tough. Yeah, I gotcha.
And we picked the closest brewery to our office there in Dallas. So we're gonna drink another sour. It's a sour.
Ish.
It's a sour. It's it's a sour.
Okay.
It'll be all right. It'll be.
All right.
It's a great little brewery. It's a great brewery for sure. But yeah, another sour. So
Perfect.
Until then, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's have another beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.